Welcome in to the Gamer Zone here on 104.5 The Zone and Zone TV. I have my little buddy here hanging out with me.
My name's Ollie.
His name is Ollie, and he's going to be hanging out at least with us for the next few seconds.
Yeah, we're going to the movies to say Iron Claw.
Yeah, that's called Iron Claw. Yeah.
I don't know what it's about.
It's about wrestling, and so
I don't like it.
no, you don't like it.
Do they use Iron Claw hands?
No, they don't.
That would be really awesome.
Yeah. So no, they don't use Iron Claw hands. So that being said, here on the Gamer Zone, we preview the next week's games. I don't know if there's a recovery from this at all. You can watch this Zone TV on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. All of that is where you can do it. Now, we're about to get started in that.
We're going to the movies.
Yeah, we're going to the movies. After this, okay. And so let's go ahead and get that started. All right, shall we? All right, anything you want to say?
Yes. Happy Father's Day.
Christmas. It's Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Santa.
Yeah.
And the elf. And Rain.
elf.
And Rudolph.
And Rudolph? Okay. All right, head into the other room, okay? Okay. All right. All right, he's going to be okay. We're going to get this guy. What?
I'm a slip.
Yep, you're asleep.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Because I tried playing Ghostbusters at Papa's.
Yeah.
Last night.
I'm going to move the mic where you can actually hear him. Okay, go for it. Say it again.
Me and my friends last night were trying to play Ghostbusters, and Blair was the Ghostbusters. Jace was the ghost. He was Slimer.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I love food.
I love my kid. All right, let's get this going. Oh, it's my buddy. That's my buddy. No, you're good, man. You're good. All right. How's it going? All right. That may be legendary. That boy, Vandy boy, I'm glad you're here, bro. I'm glad you're here. Did you delete your thing? I went to look at it. I went to message you back, and it was gone. And I'm like, what the heck? What happened? I went to look for it. Dang it. I was like, oh, crap. I'm glad you're back on here. But no, okay, so he's getting confused. So tonight, after this is over with, we're going to go watch movies. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to go watch Iron Claw. We're not going to watch it tonight, because that would be like a midnight showing, and that's not really smart to take a 5-year-old to a midnight showing. But yeah, he's getting all confused. Oh, he's going to hang out with us a little bit. He's over there on his iPad. He's not paying attention to us whatsoever. But hey, you know what? We just wrapped up Christmas. My vacation ended about 15 minutes ago, because obviously we're doing the Gamer Zone now. And I'll be back tomorrow on 3HL out at Hermitage. So, yeah, no, Vandy boy, please do. No, please do. That being said, when it comes to the rosters for the games tonight, guys, I have no clue. I don't. The Titans signed like 10 guys to the practice squad the other day, and you know, if we've learned anything, I feel like now anytime somebody gets added to the practice squad, I feel like they're going to be playing this weekend. I just do. The weird thing is if you add these players that onto your Madden roster from that the Titans just signed, there's a couple of guys in here that are actually rated pretty high on Madden. In fact, I've got a couple of them starting here as well. Now, the other thing is I do have CJ Stroud in. I basically have the regular Texans lineup in, just because I have no idea with the lack of practice that a lot of these teams are having right now. I don't know who's going to play and who's not. I just don't. You know, Will Anderson didn't practice today. Bernard did not practice today. Schultz didn't practice. I mean, it was just all these players that aren't practicing for Houston. I don't know if any of these guys are not going to play or are going to play. So I just kind of went with their real lineup, except for the guys that are been added to the injury report. Randy, how's it going? I appreciate you hopping in tonight, bro. I do. Obviously, Amani Hooker's out. I've added him onto the IR. I played him last week because he didn't get added to the IR until too late. So you're going to see some guys on the defense right now. Does it not, Vandy? All right, so a couple of these guys that you're going to see. Crowder, Tay Crowder, I've got him playing at the linebacker position. He's like a 76 overall in this game. Oh, come on. You can't. Yeah, crap ain't happening. Crowder is like a 76 in this game. Darius Phillips and Kendall Sheffield, both of those guys are cornerbacks that the Titans just added to the practice squad. I can't remember if it's Phillips or Sheffield, but one of them's like an 86 overall in punt returns. And I said, yes, sir. I am going to have that. They're also like an 86 in kickoff returns. Hey, York, what is the score of the Preds game? Because last I looked, it was 3-2. Steven, for your sake, being in Houston, I hope that the Titans win. Because the crap that you probably had to put up with 2 weeks ago, 5-2? What the heck happened? It's 5-2? It was 3-2 a minute ago. I kind of thought they were going to make a comeback. All right, Joey. Oh, Joey, you're on Facebook, so I'm assuming that you tagged Melina in this. It just pops up as a comment, so I'm not sure if you – I'm assuming that you tagged her in this in a comment right here. So, Joey, I appreciate you doing that, bro. Spreading the love, trust me, especially with this season and the fact that literally now that none of these games really matter. Yeah, Volcano, he did play awful. In fact, I've actually got Levis back in. The fact that he was a full participant today, I feel like the Titans are going to go with him. I do. And so I'm not 100% sure, but I would much rather go out there with Levis, and let's just see what happens in this world, man. All right, let's go a little hurry up. Come on, give me a block. Thank you. Vandy, do you follow me on Twitter? Anybody can X or X, whatever, at Joe Hunk. See if it lets you message me there. All right, King. 9 yards on the first rush. I'll be okay with that. Spears is a rising star. Volcano, I don't disagree with you on that. I actually think that you could be very right about that. Especially in football offenses in 2023. All right, so when it comes to the offensive line, again, I have no idea, man. I'm kind of actually just trying crap and just seeing what something was. I got Throckmorton at right guard, or right tackle. I've got Brunskill back at right guard. And then the rest of it's kind of the same. Duncan at left tackle. Skoronski at left guard. Brewer still at center. Oh! I just got Chig lit up. Chig, I'll get you a watch for Christmas like Levis did. Offensive line, you're still getting suitcases. You're going to need those. No, York, I'm not going to use your government name. I can't remember the last time I used your government name with you. No, it's been a messed up season, man. It really has been. And I hate it. I hate the fact that it's been so messed up because there's so many good things that could have happened. I mean, you are talking about a ton of one-score games, man. It's not just the fact that they're one-score games. It's the fact that they're one-score games and they're just like ripping your heart out. There we go, Levis. Just give me a nice little first down. That's all I'm asking for. I think that's the thing that gets me excited for the offseason is what potentially the Titans could do with the possibility of going into free agency and potentially even, drafting well. Or look, there's a part of this that hadn't got talked about. Get around that corner. Wasn't able to. 3 yards. I think the other part is look, if the Titans do have the $80 to $90 million that they're potentially going to have, the other part about this is, who knows what the Titans may do in the draft when it comes to trades. Like they could particularly pick up trade options and trade picks, but also some teams that are wanting to move up that may also be willing to trade players. There you go. There we go. Bryan, how's it going? Oh my God, Bryan, I need to tell you this. So, I've not told anybody this today. I've had the craziest day in a very long time. My wife is going to kill me for saying this, but have any of y'all had kids that have just gotten overly sick in like the last week? So my son was like deathly sick 2 weeks ago or 2 days ago. When I say sick, like we're talking December 23rd into Christmas Eve. He's throwing up like every 5, 10, 15 minutes. And it went all night long. So 2 days later, he's fine. Christmas Day, he was fine. Now my wife is like dog sick in the other room right now. Like so bad so that we've got the kids sent to the grandparents. My wife has been sick since like 3 p.m. I told Brent the other day, why are you running on an injured quarterback? Because dang it, I had to because nobody was open. So we were supposed to go to a wedding today, yes, on a Wednesday. 2 days after Christmas, we were supposed to go to a wedding. Don't ask me why. Oh, there we go. There we go. So we go to this wedding. We get into the parking lot of this wedding. Right there, my wife starts getting sick. Without going into great detail. So for the course of the last 4 hours, she has been sick the entire time. I've not even gotten to touch my phone, gotten to look at my phone, gotten to do really anything. Get in the end zone with that, except for right now. What number do the Titans have for their first pick? Randy asked that. Okay, so I've heard 7 and 5 is what I've been hearing. Let me look at this up real fast while we're showing the replay. Failed draft. Let's see. At the moment, the Titans are picking 7th. At the moment. Now, obviously, that can change with a lot of help.
Nick Folk for the extra point. His kick is good.
Thanks for that, Randy. No, trust me, apparently it's a virus that's going around and kids get it, and then obviously the parents get it, and it's not fun whatsoever. It's not fun whatsoever.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Jackson tried to talk me out of not coming into work tomorrow. He's like, man, you need to stay home. If your wife's sick, you need to stay home and take care of her. And I'll take care of Buffalo Wild Wings for you. It's like, no, I want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I want to go back and do that stuff. I want to have all that fun. No. Also, Damian Pierce, I don't want you doing that crap against me. It does seem to change a lot, and it changes by the game. Like when the Titans play on Sunday, they play the first game. They play the first round of games. By the time they finish, they'll be at one draft spot, and then by the time, I think I hit Stroud too late. And then by the time the late games are over, they'll be at a different draft spot. Personal foul. Yeah. See, thank you, Brent. That's exact. Got to win the day. Exactly. That's what I said. Nope, I'm coming back. I'm going to be at Hermitage. I'm ready to be at Hermitage. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do that. Tomorrow morning, me and Little Man are going to go watch Iron Claw. May or may not be the best movie for me to watch with him. Dang it. Dang it. But finally, when I stop doing this spy on CJ Stroud, he does that. Go, 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 go. Oh. I think that's kind of the reason I want Levis to play Volcano. Is I really want to see Levis versus Stroud. I really want to see what we potentially could have had 2 weeks ago. I really want to see that. Oh, you suck. You suck. Robert Woods doing that against the Titans, too. I mean, he was there only for one season, so I don't know if I can say something about a revenge game. Stroud throwing off his back foot, floating. I mean, come on. But the good thing about today is I have went through every single Die Hard movie. I've just finished 3 of them, and once we get done with this, I'm going to watch Live Free or Die Hard, and have no clue why. Actually, no, I know exactly why it is, because Brent's in the chat. It's because of all the conversation that we've had about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. It was on my Hulu. Oh, go Chris Moore. Go Chris Moore. Go Chris Moore. Do not run out of steam. Boom. No, we talked about Die Hard being a Christmas movie. So I wonder about this, because I'm going to ask Rhett about this too. I'm curious about it because we talked so much about Die Hard and if it is or is not a Christmas movie. What about Die Hard 2? Like, what about the sequel? Because not only does it take place during Christmas, unlike the first one, like 90% of that movie is done outside in the snow around Christmas. So, like, can we consider Die Hard 2 also a Christmas movie? Thanks, Joey. I appreciate that. I wish Chris Moore would do that for the Titans in the game. That'd be nice. And look, some of these players, I have them playing at positions that they may or may not play. But with as many players that are injured, I have no clue what's going to happen on Sunday. Because Saturday morning, Saturday around 11, 12 o'clock, we could get that email. We can get that notification from Jim Wyatt saying X, Y, and Z have all been added to the IR, and these players have been signed to the practice squad, and these guys have been called up. All right, Volcano asked a question. Hunk, do you think the Titans wide receiver core depth is better than last year? All right, so thank you. By the way, Edmonds, that is one of the guys that I moved up on the depth chart because of all the injuries. Because of Phillips being, because of Gifford going to the injured reserve. Thank you. Stacy, do you know how long it's been since I've seen the first Lethal Weapon? Like, genuinely, I don't even know why I went down this road with the diehards. I didn't, because I didn't want to watch Die Hard 1. I mean, I've already watched it for Christmas, but I didn't want to watch it again yesterday and today, so I decided to start watching it, watching Die Hard 2 today. And, all right, so here's Phillips. Okay, yeah, he didn't have much room at all to do anything. Okay, but Phillips on Madden is like an 86 overall in punt returns. And he was one of the 5 or 6 guys that were just added to the team. 5th round pick, 2018. He's already got 75 tackles, 5 interceptions, played at Western Michigan. All right. Sorry, I have his bio pulled up because I had no idea about him. I had to look him up again just to add him to the team. Whoop! See, and Brent shot us a screenshot of this. The director says it is a Christmas movie. But what about Die Hard 2? Die Hard 3 takes place in like July, so I can't even joke about that one. All right, Wes, go. Let's see. We'll see what Trey Burks does. Nope. There we go. Good pass by Levis. 4 weeks ago, when he was like a 68 on this game, that pass would not have been made. No, I love Chris Moore. I do, and I don't love him just because he just ran a punt return back for me, or a kick return back for me. No, I love him. Go out of D-Hop. Good deep ball threat guy.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tennessee.
Yorkie's still watching the Preds game. Is it still 5-2? Come on, give me a block. Ah. Come on, Brunskill. I need you to pull quicker than that.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Oh, Aaron, I had a Bruce Willis joke, but I'm not going to say it. I just had to stop myself. Whoa. All right, 3rd and 5. Unfortunately, yeah. See, I can't, with the setup that I have here, I can't have my TV going at the same time as I'm playing the game just because I have the computer monitor directly in front of my television. All right, Chig. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's go a little hurry up. All right, Vandy, I appreciate it. I'm going to look at it right when I get done here. I'm not lying this time, and I'm not forgetting. Ah, but to pull out. That's what she said. Let's get both my running backs in here. All right, let's go a little bit. 2nd and 10, 5:50 to go. Deep ball threats could be Chig, depending on what happens with that. If I use Chig to move him over, maybe I could get Trey on the deep ball threat. I'm actually feeling like I can. I was about to say I'm acting like I'm going to have enough time, but instead Cashman actually blitzed and got the sack. All right, 3rd and 18. David, I appreciate the honesty, man. I do. I appreciate the honesty. And whoo, okay. Let's look at this. 44-yard line. No way I can do a field goal. Should I punt? Yeah, because it's 4th and 18. That's a lot to get in this. Let's go with a sky. Let's go back spin. Sky punt. No, back spin. All right. Come on now. I know you're not going to be on the team next year. We don't need you, but we need a good punt. And there we go. Inside the 20. All right. But, David, I do appreciate the honesty, man. My voice is one that surprises me sometimes, if I'm going to be honest with you. Volcano, I'm very torn on the Derrick Henry thing. One side of this, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, there's no reason to bring him back, let him go. But there's 2 things. One, you have the franchise tag. Be roughly 9 to 10 million on a franchise tag if they wanted to do that. The other side of this is, you know, if you do an incentive-based contract with him, then you are really make it putting this kind of in his court that if he wants to do it, he could. Now, honestly, he's kind of also leading the charge for running backs and, you know, needing to make more money and all this sort of stuff. So I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like it's something where he can't take lesser money because he's kind of painting himself into a corner. You can only franchise tag one. Now, the other problem with this is then you have the Danico factor. Now, franchising Danico is going to be a lot more than if you want to franchise King. Because linebackers in the NFL and defensive ends in the NFL are worth a lot more. Oh, come on. Robert Woods. Okay, we've got to go away from this. Let's go away from this. Actually, no, let's do one more zone. Let's make it look like a man. Base. Well, Volcano, I kind of think the Titans are kind of going away from the scheme of heavy run to begin with. I think that the idea of the heavy run comes into play because of a running back like that. You can't really go too heavy run with Spears. Now, you can still feed him the ball, but you got to feed it to him in different ways. You got to be able to get him down. You got to be able to feed it to him on screens. You got to be able to feed it to him on tosses and things like that. Now, he can go in between the tackles, but I'm just saying, like, things along those lines are one in which you got to be a little bit smarter with that with him. And so I think that it does. Yeah, just SMB didn't even move. I mean, he didn't even move. Well, Yorkie, you punish yourself with this because you're a Preds hockey fan. Just like us Titans fans are. Do you realize that right now with the 2 minutes to go, because the 2 minute warning just took place when he scored that touchdown. Do you notice that with this, we have a lot of people that are watching a video game stream of a team that's eliminated from the playoffs who has sucked all year long? That's dedication. And we understand how bad we are. All right, Moore. Oh, tried to get through, wasn't going to be able to. Spears is quick. All right, so I've got 2 minutes. I've got all three of my timeouts. I can be patient with this drive. I don't have to do anything cray-cray. I just need my offensive line to block, which in itself is cray-cray. Block. Oh, get through. There we go, King. Just take a timeout now.
A gain of 7. First down, Tennessee. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun.
Not ignoring the comments, just actually trying to focus and not screw this up because I had the ability to try to get 14 points back to back, and I kind of want to do that. There we go. Hurry up to the line. Run that again.
It's a gain of 3. And the Titans first down.
Nope. Okay, timeout.
Complete to number 10, DeAndre Hopkins. It's a gain of 10.
All right, 20 seconds, 20-yard line. Let's see this flood route. Let me see what they give me on the flood. Oh, if they give me what I want, D-Hop can have a touchdown or at least get me inside the 5. All right. Just give me enough time. Nope, didn't give me enough time. Run, little man. 14 seconds, 10 seconds, 13-yard line. I can go into the end zone. I got to throw into the end zone. Some of my favorites here. Nothing's happening. Making me happy. Let's go there. Let's go. Spears just going in route with you. Traylon, we're going to go drag with you. Okay. Knew it. I knew I forced it. I saw him get past him, and I forced it. Five, 4, 3, 2, and with that, let's talk to Rhett Bryan, shall we? He's hanging out, Titan Studio, and we need to talk a little bit about this matchup. One turnover, bad turnover, should not have made that pass. Anyways, all right, let's pause this. Let's get to it. Rhett Bryan right now is ready to go. Taking a break in the Gamer Zone here on 104.5 The Zone and Zone TV. Joe Hunk sitting along with Rhett Bryan, executive producer of Titans Radio. And every week we talk to him about the upcoming matchup. It's kind of strange. It's Christmas time. It's already Wednesday. I kind of totally almost forgot that it was Wednesday. For you, what is it about like this week, Christmas week, having to get ready, not just for a game, but now a road game after coming off the Christmas break?
Well, and I don't mean to sound negative, but when we have Christmas on a Monday, we lose a day in production. And of course, the football team's going through the same stuff. So everything's kind of crammed into a shorter week. And then obviously you're traveling on Saturday afternoon to go to Houston. But it's not too terrible. I mean, look, the unfortunate part is they're out of contention. And so that that as soon as this is done on January the 7th against the Jags, that, it's done and it'll be time to move forward. And by the way, the league still hasn't decided what that's going to be like for any of the Week 18 games.
Right.
I guess they're waiting just to see all the playoff scenarios and what happens. I still think the Titans will end up hosting the Jags on Sunday the 7th, then Saturday the 6th, but we'll see. Film at 11 on that one. But no, it's just I'm with you. I don't know what day it is. I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday. Yeah, okay. Wait, it's already Wednesday?
Yep.
So
and that happened to me. Matter of fact, when I texted you last night about tonight, I said, God, he lost a day. Like, you've got so much stuff going on. You still have, Titans tonight and all this stuff and everything. And I'm just like, man, this guy is going to be slammed with this. But my other thing is that, I lose track of the days. And then yesterday, as you and I are texting, I also get this email from, Titans PR about all the practice squad signings and everything that's been happening. And I'm thinking to myself, why do I automatically want to think that the players that were just signed to the practice squad, like these guys are going to be playing on Sunday? Is that horrible to think that?
No, because, well, here's the other part of it. So the first thing is when they had all these injuries that cropped up and they were lingering things, but some of them cropped up pretty quickly through those last three games, two of them going to overtime that they had. You saw them send Amani Hooker to IR, Jeffrey Simmons. You start running down the list. And so they had all these call-ups last week before they played Seattle, which, it's a 16-player practice squad. They only had 11 guys on the practice squad because they're, remain elevated because they're there because they placed so many guys on injured reserve. So I knew they were going to make some moves, but yeah, there's a flurry of them. They have 5 different guys. The two most notable in this to me are a couple of guys that are former draft picks. First of all, the tight end Devin Asiasi, who was the 3rd-round pick of the Patriots in the COVID year. that's an interesting selection for this, and he has some experience. And then linebacker Tay Crowder, which we all knew him from Georgia, and I think he was a 7th-round pick by the Giants, but he had like 41 games of experience. So that's the interesting thing with an expanded practice squad and the way those things changed because of COVID. That's one of the great byproducts of the COVID year is that they keep these things in place so that operationally you can keep going, because at this time of the year, everyone's got injuries, and some worse than others. But you don't, look around. I mean, look, for example, take a look at the Kansas City Chiefs right now. You don't think they'd love to still have Mecole Hardman at wide receiver with speed? I mean, honestly, at this point, without take Travis Kelce out of the equation, Rashee Rice is their best receiver. Rashee Rice is a rookie, and that's no knock. I like Rashee Rice. He's a nice young man. Met him at the Senior Bowl. I was high on him when he came out. But that's just kind of where this thing is. But yeah, they picked up 5 different guys, a couple of defensive backs, linebacker, tight end. So yeah, I think there's a chance that some of these guys end up playing in Houston.
Oh, and then you have the other side where you have a rookie quarterback, and the rookie quarterback was injured 2 weeks ago. We've talked about it ad nauseum on 3HL. How much do you play him? Do you sit him out the remainder of the season? Do you start Malik? Do you start Ryan Tannehill? Tannehill got the start on Sunday, 18 of 26, 152 yards passing, didn't have a touchdown pass, but
sacked 6 times.
Yeah. Sacked 6 times. And obviously, the offensive line is what the offensive line is. So are we seeing Tannehill for the remainder of the year? Are we going to, I know what the practice, the injury report says, but what do you do in this situation when you have Malik and Tannehill, but then you also have Will Levis, where you're at that point in time where always the fear is if you get a major injury, you're now risking your 2024 season.
Sure. Well, it's interesting that you ask me this, because if you listen to Mike Vrabel's weekly presser that was pushed to Tuesday because of Christmas on Monday, you hear his tone and tenor when someone asks him about Will Levis and the possibility of playing. And he said, somebody asked him as a follow-up, do you believe it's important to get these kinds of reps for younger guys like Will Levis? He said, absolutely. To go in a road hostile environment will have the roof closed and they're still playing for something while the Titans aren't playing for playoff possibilities, but the Texans are. And he said, no, I want everybody, if healthy enough, to be able to play, not just Will Levis. So that got my attention. I'm like, okay, because Will tried to practice some at the end of last week, and I don't think he was far enough along. And look, the injury report on Wednesday looks much different than it does on Friday, unless it's just a serious nagging injury. It's kind of like the weather forecast. It changes. Just stick around a day or two. It changes. But yeah, I think there's a chance that Will Levis starts in this ball game. And I think the interesting thing is, the last time that they played them just 2 weeks ago, because this is a sandwich game, they sacked him, 7 times, I think. Jonathan Grenard and some of those guys were just crashing the gates. And so I would assume that you would see John Ojukwu, who they called up from the practice squad, who was an undrafted this year, come in as an extra tight end in jumbo sets, because they were able to do some stuff with Derrick Henry because of that. And if you remember, Derrick had maybe his worst performance as a pro in that first Texans game, 16 carries for 9 yards. And that's not his fault. Right. That's, this goes back to the offensive line stuff and, making opportunities. But I would anticipate that that would also be a thing, because the run game is the way that you're going to be able to try to keep this Texans offense off the field. And there's the question that's still up in the air, is C.J. Stroud. Yep. Does he clear concussion protocol? And if he does, Titans are going to see him for the first time. Remember, he missed the first contest, and you saw Case Keenum, and then they had some drama in that loss that they had to the Browns on Sunday. Case Keenum throws 2 interceptions early, he's benched, and they bring in Davis Mills. Davis Mills was able to toss it around a yard pretty effectively, but they were playing from behind at that point because Joe Flacco, at 100 years old or whatever he is, was throwing to Amari Cooper, and no one could stop Amari Cooper. What, he had 11 for 265 and 2 scores, which, by the way, is a Cleveland Browns receiving record. Think about that, as long as the Cleveland Browns have been around.
Yeah, I don't think about that because I faced him in fantasy and it knocked me out of the playoffs. So yeah,
I didn't fare well. I made it to the semifinals in the fantasy playoffs and got knocked out. But hey, it was fun.
Yeah.
But the one thing that got me was Justin Jefferson's injury early on. I think that I kind of hung on for dear life for a while on that one. But and the other thing with this Houston matchup for the second time is Nico Collins is back and playing ball for them. Dalton Schultz, who was a problem for the Titans in the first matchup, he was the leading receiver against the Browns the other day, and I think he had 1 or 2 touchdowns himself. So, the challenges are still there, but I think if they can, get some things going run production wise and keep Will Levis upright, I think they have an opportunity, but it's going to be tough because those people are going to be fired up knowing that the AFC South division is still on the line with the way. I mean, how many has Jacksonville lost? They lost like 4 in a row or something.
Yes, because of all the injuries, and that's where it's like you have.
And Trevor Lawrence was in concussion protocol, and then now he's got an ankle or a knee, and so I mean that'll be something to watch going into Week 18 at Nissan Stadium when we talk about this next week.
They have lost 4 in a row. Their last win was actually against Houston on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
So they lost to the Bengals, the Browns, the Ravens, and the Bucks. So they are on a 4-game losing streak because of all the injuries. And the Texans, outside of C.J. Stroud, actually kind of look like the healthier of all the teams that are going into it.
One of the big things that's Jacksonville's missing is Christian Kirk, who went on IR.
Yes.
He is a major part of them moving chains the way that they have done, and then obviously the health of Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, so do the Titans see C.J. Stroud? Do they see Davis Mills? Because C.J. Stroud was doing special things before he got his bell rung.
Well, and going back to that Titans games, Grenard had 2.5 sacks. Mm-hmm. Collins had a sack in there. I actually think he had like a sack and a half in that game. What was worse about it is that Grenard, it wasn't that he just had sacks. He had 2.5 sacks for 26 yards lost on plays. Like, it wasn't just that he was getting a sack and it was a 2-yard loss. These were massive losses that put the Titans in situations where they had to go to obvious passing situations. And then we came into the whole thing. And also, that Texans game was also weird because you just come off the Dolphins game, so all Titans fans had all these amazing feelings and thinking about this potential run. But then the Texans actually learned from the Dolphins' mistake, and they said, "Oh, let's blitz some players instead of just letting 2 guys sit back and forward the whole time. Like, let's do all that." So,
here's the other thing the Texans learned too. The big problem that the Titans had in the first game is stopping Devin Singletary.
Yep.
And they were not able to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what ended up putting them away at Nissan Stadium almost 2 weeks ago. Devin Singletary was a real problem. When he run for 140, 150 yards, something like that.
It was 100. It was 121 yards rushing.
It seemed like 150.
Well, no. It was 121 yards rushing, but he also had 49 yards receiving.
There it is.
So,
and here's the other part that is something to watch. So Dameon Pierce has had a different sophomore year. Had a good rookie year as a draft pick out of Florida, and I think there was a change in some of the system with what they were doing offensively, and he was having some adjustment.
Yep.
So he's on special teams, and one of the big plays against the Browns in that loss last week is he had a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So does that spark some new things for Dameon Pierce, and then all of a sudden they have a 2-headed monster that the Titans defense has to concern themselves with? And look, here's the other part of all this, and I know people are going to say, Rhett, you're making excuses. But it is true. When you look at this Titans defense and who was on the field to start week 1 at New Orleans, and you look at what they fielded last week, it's shocking.
Yeah.
It is shocking.
Yeah.
I think 3 of the 11 starters is all that's left.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mike said in the broadcast, and I had to think about it a minute. He said nobody on the defensive line, nobody in the secondary that started in that week 1 game was out there last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think about, well, no wonder that they're having some issues.
And they've had to make so many like roster adjustments, and you've had to.
And poor Trey Avery just, somebody ate his lunch last Sunday. I mean,
there's a lot of stats going around on social media, like PFF stats and everything that about just, he's not having a good time.
No. And again, everybody's got injuries. Everybody has, some more than others, but it seemed like everything came at once where you were decently healthy compared to the last 2 years. And then all of a sudden this wall of attrition hits you, and, you got starters going on IR. I think that tells a major part of the story. And the offensive lines issues. I mean, you can point to, it's more than just a couple of things.
Yeah.
And when you think of it in all that, it's really somewhat surprising that they have 7 one-score losses.
Well,
and a lot of those one-score losses are not even a touchdown.
Well, and
the New Orleans game they lost by a point.
Mm-hmm. Well, my question is, again, losing is losing, but at the same time, you are looking at the way the Titans have lost. Like, these are gut-wrenching losses. Like, I can't tell you how many times my wife or friends have texted me and they're like, "Oh man, Titans are looking good," and then the game will end and they'll go, "How much did they win by?" And I went, "Yeah, no, they lost." They're like, "Wait, what happened?" I mean, Rhett, it's like an ongoing story of, okay, well, they're winning, but just hold on a few seconds.
Here lately, it's been first half is good and hang on, but you didn't separate the score enough, and so teams hang around. They kick a couple of field goals. Next thing you know, they take the lead, and then they never look back. It's not like they're a bunch of boat race losses, lopsided. But at this point, it is what it is, and I made the comment to Coach Mack in post game. I was like, "But the effort's there." He goes, "But that's expected." I'm like, "Yeah, I know that's expected, but this team hasn't folded."
No, there's
whether they're fighting,
things.
Whether it's at the base level of we're fighting for our jobs because we don't want to show any bad film, and what's going to happen to me if I'm staying a Titan or if I'm going to be somewhere else. I think that speaks to the way that Mike Vrabel coaches this team.
Yeah.
Is what I'm really trying to say with all of that. Because it is, at the end of the day, it's expected for you to give the effort. It's, it's like, what if we at Titans Radio said, we're just going to kind of do a half, broadcast for the last couple of games because it doesn't mean anything anymore. We're not going to do that. We're not going to prepare. We're going to prepare just like we would if it's week 1. I mean, we prepare. If we did that, then it would show what we do to prepare in the preseason for a preseason game that doesn't mean anything.
Well,
what if you just decided, especially this time of the year, well, New Year's coming, I'm gonna mail it in.
Yeah, but
your
it's
job,
a short
probably week. Your work would be like, hey, dude, that ain't gonna fly.
We're eliminated from the playoffs. It's a short week. We've only got a few days. Hey, affiliates, instead of our hour-long pregame we normally do, we're going to do like it's a preseason game in baseball where it's only 5 to 10 minutes. We'll join you at 11:50, and we'll just
you make up your avails however you can with the spots.
Yeah, you
make up your commercial breaks.
No problem whatsoever.
Yeah,
we're eliminated. It's not a big deal. We're phoning it in. No big thing. All right, before we let you go, because my son's been hanging out with me. And he should be asleep, but it is something that him and I are going to go hang out, and once we get wrapped up with the game tonight, we're going to go and watch movies because he's off for the next 2 weeks. Okay, but I did want to show you something because I don't know if you noticed it or not.
Nice.
This was hands down my favorite Christmas present of everything I got on this week is a brand new Houston Oilers helmet. So
Stand by.
Yes.
Stand by.
Oh,
I'm going to take my headphones off for just
Okay.
a second because I want to add to this visual conversation.
Okay.
Stand by.
I love you, buddy. He's excited because we're about to go hang out and watch some movies, and we're going to do all that. So right when we're done with the Gamer Zone, we're going to do that.
And
And
as promised, we
Okay.
can put this
right there. There we go.
We can put this on the back of the helmet.
I have
Straight out of the old.
Yes. So
Anyway,
with
I told you that I would give you one of these to put on the back of the helmet,
Yes.
and we'll do that for Frank Whitecheck.
I will bring this in studio with me on Monday when I'm back on Monday, because tomorrow we're out at Buffalo Wild Wings, or not Monday, it'll be Tuesday. On Friday, we are out at Scoreboard, and so we're back in studio on Tuesday. This helmet will be coming with me in Tuesday so that we can, merge that together, because I told Rhett a few weeks ago, right when he showed me the 89 that the Titans were putting on the Oilers helmets, I said, I would love to have one of those, because my number one Christmas present I've asked for this year was a Houston Oilers helmet. And so when I got that, I'm like, I got to show this to Rhett. I've got to show this to Rhett. So Rhett promised me that he would get me the sticker, and so that I could put it on there. So bottom left side of the helmet, we're going to make sure that spot is clean on Tuesday.
Right under the American flag.
Yep, absolutely. So listen, we're ending it on a high note, and we're ending it on a little bit of excitement. I know you got to roll. You've been there all day, all night. So I say thank you very much on that. Ollie, do you want to say goodbye to Mr. Rhett before we go see the movie? Nope. Okay, cool. All right. Well, you have fun. He's all talkative until I want him to talk.
Yeah, hey, that's usually how it works out.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much,
we'll
sir.
chat next week for the season finale.
It's going to be kind of strange, because we've been doing this for so long that on Wednesdays we're not going to be talking, and I'm not going to do anything on that. And by the way, before we leave, final thought. I know everybody talks about the first Die Hard movie as a Christmas movie. Why does nobody talk about the second movie being a Christmas movie?
Great question.
I watched it last night. That's the only reason it's fresh on my mind. It just is. And I watched it, and I'm halfway through Die Hard with a Vengeance. I have no clue why I'm going through Die Hard movies, but I was. And
it's a thing Christmas for you.
Okay. All right. Have fun. See you later, sir.
See ya.
And I appreciate Rhett always hopping in, always talking, always just hanging out with us. So I appreciate him so much. And yes, I am so excited about the 89 and the fact that he's got the decal for me. All right, let's get the second half going. Thought for a second Chris Moore might return the second one back in there. All right, a lot of people commenting. My favorite one was Fade saying, just put everybody on the IR and keep your job or release them. Look, man, what do you think we're doing? Okay? There's been like 17 guys that we've put on the IR in like a week. Half the team is on the IR now. Serious. I'm just utterly shocked at some of the players that are actually still available. Get around that. Okay. Let's keep this going. Oh, I ran out of bounds. I thought I swapped that over. I probably should have checked before I ran it, because I was actually meaning to swap that and run to the right instead of the left. Let's go here. You know what the worst division is this year? What is that, York? There we go. It's got me a first down, got me about 12 yards. I'm okay with that.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tennessee.
Who said I'm a waste of time? Who said a waste of time? Who says that? What's really crazy is how well the run game is working in this right now against the Texans. I mean, Derrick Henry, I mean, that was one thing that you kind of wish would have happened a couple of weeks ago, is that the run game would have worked better. No, you're right about the NFC South. Oh, it's so horrible. It's so incredibly bad. Yeah, I got lit up on that one. That was probably not the smartest play around. Let's go back to this, though. Thought I had more of a hole than what I did. Just kick the field goal, be smart. No, NFC South is garbage. And what's so bad is Baker Mayfield has actually been playing so well for the Bucs that they may actually have to keep him as their quarterback because he's done well. What's also bad is that the Falcons at one point in time, heck, I think they may still be doing that, is they have an opportunity to win the division, yet they don't even know who their starting quarterback is because they keep having to swap guys out. It's been Heineke, it's been Ritter. Mariota was still there. He may actually gotten an opportunity to play. It is just like Brewer. Like, dude, get out of the way. If you got out of the way, there was a lane. Could have done something with that. Let's see. Let's throw in a show blitz, a line. That didn't do anything because he still got about 9 yards on that. Damon Pierce between you and Devin Singletary. Let's go back. Let's go nickel on this one. Let's see. What is a nickel? I haven't ran this nickel play a lot. What I'm also going to do is I'm also going to go with a spy with the Z's. Wow. If that didn't just, I mean, you just sat right down in that, Robert Woods. You sat right down in that hole, man. I need more bad passes. All right, let's swap up our defensive stuff here. Let's go. All right, just a little late swap, just to throw them off just a little. Get away with that. We're gonna go press and inside. Yeah, hit him out of bounds. Ref didn't call it. I'm okay with that. All right, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 8. You know what I'm going to do? Let's go down. Where's that nickel? Is it a dime? No, where's it at? Nickel. Yeah, this is what I want right here. I want to show. That's what I want. Strong. Literally everything I wanted to do. I did everything right that I wanted to do, and I should have had a loss for that play. Everything broke down, and Stroud was still able to get that first down on 3rd and 1, or 3rd and 8. Bad personnel. No, you're probably not wrong on that. They were standing there with their man, though, weren't they? Like, coach, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Underneath on that. Gave me the wrong guy, I thought. See, that's another thing with the man that annoys me. Is I think I'm getting one guy when it comes to making a tackle when I'm swapping, but instead I get a different guy. Stand him up, thank you. 3-yard gain, I'll take that. Let's get out of this one. Let's go 3-4. Let's bring a little pressure. Let's see what happens. Over the top. All right, lost a yard on that. I'm okay with that. I'm just cut on the A&M game. Welcome to our lives, bro.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Crowder, spy. I want you to watch C.J. Stroud because if this works, I need. There we go. All right, good. I'll take a bad pass. I'll take an incomplete. I'll take a field goal. Let's go with that. Yeah, on 3rd downs now, I am definitely going to have to do a spy with Stroud because I cannot let him continue to run for 1st downs when he should not be doing that. All right, tie game. I can work with that. All right, Fairbairn, what you going to give me? All right, CJ. Or CJ. Chris. Ooh, it's so close. Oh. All right. Let's start off with the run game, but first, let's make a substitution. Nothing against Tajay, but he is not a good blocker. I got him in for other formations. I do not need him in these scenarios. Give me that block. Thank you. All right. So with the draft, I can't give you an answer right now. Horrible to say. Bad way to answer any sort of question on a social media feed or on a stream. Can't give you an answer on that. Mainly because it really kind of depends on where the Titans draft. Give me that block. There we go. Throw him off. I'll take that. Mainly because if you're drafting in the top 5, there's a possibility of getting a game changer, like a Marvin Lewis. Okay, just using that as an example. The other side of that is that you also have the opportunity of getting the best offensive lineman. I think anything got 1 yard. Honestly, I was totally running that just to set this up. This is the only reason I was running that, is just to set up the screen. Or not set up the screen, but just to set up the play action. Oh, and that did not work. Hey, Blake Cashman, you're out. That's cool. I appreciate that. You're just the #1 tackler on the team, possibly one of the top 5 tacklers in the NFL. I am definitely okay with that. Well, Colin Cowherd's an idiot, and he obviously has not been watching Tennessee Titans football games, and that's okay. Ugh. All right, 47-yard line, 20 seconds to go. Play it smart again. Please hold. Let me try to have a good punt. Come on. Give me a good punt. Hitting the 10, hitting the 10, hitting the 10. Back to 17. I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, he's an idiot. He has no clue what he's talking about. He has not watched this team whatsoever. There's no reason why the Titans should spend any sort of money on Russell Wilson whatsoever. I think the only reason he even thinks that is because of the fact that the Titans have a ton of money to spend in the offseason, and Russell Wilson is going to want a lot of money. No, that's okay. We don't need that garbage. So instead, what the Titans need to do is obviously they need to look for offensive tackle. That's just offensive line help. What's all of that? And yeah, well, he also said that Nick Saban's career was going to be over when Gus Malzahn became the head coach at Auburn. So Take that for what you want. Colin Cowherd is literally just like majority of national talking heads. He's going to say something outlandish so that you will click on his stuff and talk about it. That's really it. He has no good point whatsoever. I mean, is he sitting there? Is he texting with Teron Davenport? Is he talking with Buck? Is he like no, he's not. He's an idiot. So that's the reason why when he says something outlandish like that, it has no merit whatsoever. Now, again, if Coach Mack were to say Russell Wilson, I would take a lot more stock in that. Going back to Teron Davenport. If Teron Davenport said Titans have interest in Russell Wilson, yeah, no, not happening. Now, what the Titans 1,000% do need to do is they do need to invest in a solid backup quarterback. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy on this, but I want to say there's only maybe one team in the NFL that has went all season with just one quarterback. I want to say that. And that is actually Baltimore is the only team that has done that. Oh, you son of a biscuit. Well, the whole thing with somebody like that is that, again, he's on the national stage, and so he's going to make outlandish comments like that because, one, he wants people in the NFL talking, but the other part about it is that if the comment had any way to be justified, that's fine, but you can't say that the Titans are not going to win with Will Levis if you just want to look at the PFF or if you want to look at any sort of grading metric when it comes to him. Because, again, you know, there's a difference in looking at the numbers and looking at the stats and looking at, wow, if that hole was not wide open for him, and watching the film and actually seeing small things. Like I always go back to situational awareness. The fact that he has great situational awareness to me is so huge because his ability to move the Titans down the field and be able to get them in positions to score points in late parts of the game is like, you know, like I'm about to need here in just a second, is going to be massive. Now, the whole thing though is getting back to the backup quarterback. You definitely need a good backup quarterback. Now, I'm not saying Ryan Tannehill, but you need to invest in a very good backup quarterback that can be a game manager. Because you don't want him going out and doing anything stupid, like I did early on at the end of the first half where I threw that interception that was a stupid pass. You don't need anything like that. You need him to go out and to get the ball to the playmakers. Play did not work, so we're going to do this instead. Wow, that was just horrible pass. That was just a horrible pass. Well, I think a lot of quarterbacks do. Like backup quarterbacks. I think a lot of backup quarterbacks do want to be starters. But I think a lot of them also understand that their place. Like, look, I'm not saying go get Baker Mayfield. That's just not realistic. Because Baker Mayfield has earned the right to be a starter. He's going to be a day one starter coming up next season. But what they do need to have is they do need to have a veteran guy that has a good locker room presence that is going to be able to continue to help him being, oh, come on. I can't really get mad about the fact that I'm playing backup players right now, but still. I mean, look, even a guy like, say, Daniel Jones, he's going to be a starter in the NFL next year. He just is. So you're not going to try to get him as a backup. Plus, he's young. He wants his change of scenery. you're going to want somebody, and I don't have the list in front of me, that's what I'm in. Right now, heck, I can't even stop the Texans offense.
Alert! Alert!
I'd really, really like I need a big stops around here. That's what I need, fellas. Yeah, that's also. At least kicking the field goal is at least going to keep me within 10, but I'm going to have to do a lot here. Do I think he was a project? I think my thought process with Will Levis was I guess project might be the best word for him because I didn't expect him to be this good this soon. But I will tell you, and this goes back to the whole Cowherd thing, I then started hearing way more things off the field about him in a positive way that made me start to go, wait a second, we may have something here. And that's the reason why I'm not saying, I saw this and I knew this was coming, but there were way too many positive things coming out about him in the locker room as a player that made me go, okay, this may be something that this guy's a leader. Here we go. Give me that. Moving down the field, Derek just passed over 100, went over 100 yards rushing. God, I thought he was about to get lit up. All right, let's just give them a second to break. Let's go to practice come out of college. Some just develop and adjust to the NFL quicker. And I agree with that. I do think that is absolutely true. Some players just, they work well in these types of systems. Come on. There we go, Traylon. Get in the end zone. Demario says, what most don't realize is the NFL coaches go through drills, but they don't hammer on technique as much. They focus more on game planning and install. Off-season is the time for players to work on technique. Oh, yeah, no, there is very little room during a season for you to work on that type of stuff. And look, the problem with Malik has nothing to do with work ethic. I think the kid is an amazing worker. He just does. I mean, every single practice that I went to, especially last year, the moment they broke it down and players went into the locker room, Malik was out on the field working on stuff. So it has nothing to do with work ethic. I think he has the work ethic. I think that it has to be more with understanding what he is seeing and what his eyes are telling him. That's where... Good heavens. All right, man defense is killing me. Let's go back here. How's it going, man? King Nick. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. I'm assuming that's what the zeros are. Or as the ones are in replace of eyes. God, I hope they're running because I just blitzed all out. All right, got to use the timeouts. Got to make a last-second drive. Let's see if we can get this. All right, big third down, fellas. It's either going to be the ball game or... we're going to get the football back with about 1:10 to go. There we go. And stop the clock. Here we go. Remember how I was talking about how well Will Levis does at the end of ball games? Or at least at the end of halves, being able to get teams in position and get the Titans in positions to score points? Let's see what happens. I've got a minute and 50. I have one timeout left. I don't have to rush. In fact, I actually can run the ball, which is done surprisingly well. Moment of truth. Isn't that right? Let's get out of bounds. Just get out of bounds. 9-yard game. Get out of bounds.
At the 33-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Go at it, King. God, the run game has actually been very good for me right now.
49-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play.
Minute and 15. Minute and 15. Don't have to do anything dumb. Let's get back to the line of scrimmage.
Complete to Derek Henry. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line. Derek Henry, the ball carrier.
No, King Nick, I didn't see your last message. I apologize. What'd you say? All right, 10 seconds. Bro, that's awesome, man. Congrats on that. That is extremely hard to do. All right, let's try to tie this thing up with a field goal. All right, Nick Folk. Let's go to overtime. Dude, Phillip, he is jacked in Madden. He is so jacked in Madden. Ah, it's tails. All right, Texans receive. Yeah, I just kind of said, you know what? Let's just keep going with overtimes. Like, this is what happens. So let's just keep it with the overtime and let's see what could potentially happen. King Nick, I appreciate that, bro. Let me wrap this up and we'll see what we can get doing. All right. Just swap some things up.
Hold it ready.
Yeah, no, I agree with that assessment of Malik. First and 10. The 2 red lines was throwing me off. I couldn't figure out what each red line meant. All right, they're continuing to run the football. Let's see. Oh, if I do a blitz.
At the 44-yard line.
I knew that was. I was hoping I'd light him up. And at least possibly knock that football out. All right, let's change defenses. Let's go to that dime. Let's bring a little bit of pressure. Can I go with a man line? Will that do anything? Nope. Get that, sir. All right, I got you.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17.
All right,
At the 48-yard
second and 17. Probably going to run on this one again. You know what? I've never ran this play in my life.
Okay, ready?
I could be screwing myself over right here, but I've never ran this play before in my life. Let's see what happens. All right, 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9, ball on the 39. We're looking at like a 56-yard field goal. Got to be smart. Man defenses are not working.
Here we go.
Oh, that. 4th and inches. Kick it. Kick that field goal. Dang it, they're going for it. All right. Oh, don't sell out. All right. You would have thought that was going to be a run. Like, that screamed run. Man, I need a fumble. I mean, I'm okay with the field goal, but man, I need a fumble.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 22-yard line.
Oh, come on. There's no way C.J. Stroud's going to make that pass. There is no way. All right, selling out on the run now. Ball game. Dang it. Why are we kicking a field goal? Why? This game's over, right? Okay, is Madden drunk? Wait, I'll take it. Like, did we change rules on Madden? All right, so this game's drunk, right? Like, we're just having fun now, right? Like this, like, does this count? Is this real? So is it okay? So this is a glitch. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to complain about the glitch. All right, so a glitch is going to cause. I mean, I guess are we going NFL rules? I mean, are we going college football rules? Like, I mean, I'm okay with this being the way in which Madden works because, I mean, this has been, quite frankly, I like this rule. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe college rules. All right, I'm okay with a glitch. There we go, King. There we go, King. Don't know what's happening, but I'm okay with it. I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, if we're going to do it, why not do it right? Derrick Henry angry run. Let's just go with that.
Nick Folk for the extra point.
I kind of want to just kick the field goal just to kind of see if it's this thing's going to keep going. Are we ending in a tie? Like, what's happening? All right, we're kicking again. Look, I'm going to need people to listen to 3HL tomorrow when I get asked about this and I try to explain what happened in this game. Like, does the next score win? Is this like whose line is it anyway? Where the rules are made up and the points don't matter? Like, I don't know what's happening. Oh, get the fumble! Get the fumble! Get the fumble! I don't know what's happening, but I'm going with it. I mean, so what? So why are there two lines? Yorkie, I don't know. Why am I still in overtime? I mean, I'm just going to keep running with King. Run it, then kick it. I'm scared to kick it. I'm scared if I kick it, they get the ball back. I mean, if I end up having to kick it. I mean, if I end up having to kick it, I end up having to kick it. But, like, I don't know what to – see, they're telling me to kick it. He's telling me to kick it right now. But I can't trust him. It's Tim Kelly. I don't know if I can trust him. Yeah, next score has to win. Like, it just has to, okay? I mean, I have 2.5 minutes, so it's not like I'm up against the clock. And just King is just running all over people. Give me the ball again. Let him go in. Hold on, York. I don't know. Let's see. Does it count as a dub? They're celebrating like it's a dub. Is it over? Is it It's over! I somehow won in overtime. Oh my God. What in God's name happened? I mean, what in God's name happened here? Does anybody know what just happened? I mean, I don't know. I don't. All right. Madden glitch for the dub. CJ Stroud fumbled on a possession that he never should have had because I never should have scored a touchdown. Oh. All right, Yorkie. I don't know. to answer your question, yeah. So what's the win total on this? And I said I don't know, because look, here's the thing. We're getting to a point in the season because next week is the last week of the Gamer Zone. and so I still have the hanging Chad, to bring back a 2008 reference. I still have the hanging Chad out there because I still haven't played the Titans-Ravens game. So if there's a point, I'm going to go back, look at all my records, look at everything, because honestly, when I started losing like crazy, I just stopped keeping track of it. But now I think I've won like 4 straight. I'm like the opposite of the Jaguars. So if there's a chance for me to have a winning record, which I have never had in the Gamer Zone, we may have a special edition Gamer Zone in 2 weeks, just depending on it. Let me look at what's happening. And I got to figure out how to explain this tomorrow. I do. Because technically I won, but I don't know how, because of an overtime. But it did get me 2 angry runs by Derrick Henry. So, Kyle Brandt, it's in your court now, bud. I need a Derrick Henry angry run shirt. And I got me another dub. So, let's just figure out what in God's name happened. We'll talk to you tomorrow. 3HL, Hermitage, Buffalo Wild Wings. I appreciate everybody for watching. So Demario says, so how many yards did Henry have total? Okay, so I need to go look at this. So player stats, because he had 100 and I want to say he had 185 rushing. So 184 rushing, 3 touchdowns. Okay, but receiving, he also had 38. So he had over 200 yards of offense. Was it 215? 217, something like that, yards of offense in the game. So, Chig had 85 for me. Chris Moore had 37, but Chris Moore also had a lot more rushing because a lot of those were like handoffs and things like that. So, there you go. I appreciate it. Everybody have an amazing night, and we'll see you tomorrow in Hermitage. Don't know how to explain it. I've got about 20 hours to figure out how to explain this on 3HL. Y'all have a fantastic one.